Okay, is it on? Okay, good. Hello and welcome. Today you'll see my backdrop is very different. Well, that's because I'm doing a collaboration with none other than Livewire.
Sup, bitches?
So, Livewire, can I call you Liv for short? Liv suits you.
Just call me Leslie.
Ah, yes. So, Leslie, you run the YouTube channel Livewired. Can you tell the people what you do on your channel?
Sure, I cover all the hot gossip of everyone's caped crusaders. I show the receipts, spill some tea, and knock a few of them down a peg or two. It's all in good fun.
All in good fun, yes. Well, I've read that your channel has been subject to quite a few controversies over the years.
I'm a controversial figure. Of course I'm going to get hate when I spill the tea on heroes like Supes or Batman. People are protective of their faves. But they're people too. And people do shady shit. Why not expose it?
Well, I agree with you that heroes are people too. I just can't get behind exposing their private lives for clout. You've made a lot of bold claims that have been proven false over the years. As an upcoming journalist, I find it kind of scummy to purposely dig up dirt on people and spread lies just for a quick buck.
As if you journalists don't do the same thing, but in a different format. Just because you guys write about politics or current events doesn't mean you're any better than a drama channel. You guys will straight up fudge facts just for a good story, for your latest article.
I won't sit here and lie saying that some journalists won't fudge details and make up things to sell articles to big magazines or news outlets. I can only speak for myself when I say that I only report the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You, on the other hand, will often take screenshots and footage from the internet and spread hideous rumors without even checking your sources. You might hide behind a mask of allegedly this and that, but you have ruined a few people's reputations with that and what you said.
As far as I'm concerned, if they didn't want the scrutiny of the public, they shouldn't have picked a job in the public eye. So what if I or someone else puts them on blast? That's just the price you have to pay for fame.
Well, I sure hope no one ever digs something personal about you up and uses it against you then. Times have changed, haven't they, Leslie?
I see you haven't changed much, Tenpenny. Just as high and mighty as ever.
And you're just as charming as ever, Livewire.
So what? Come to gloat? Tell me that karma finally caught up to me?
God, even if that's the case. No, Les, I'm not. I just want to talk. See just how all this happened, you know?
Yeah? Don't tell me you've gotten soft on me. Last time we met, you read me for filth, without so much as a single insult or curse word. What's changed?
Well, I guess I just wanted to get closure. You were one of the first people I've ever interviewed, and, well, I hate to say it, but I may have judged you too harshly back then.
Say what?
It's true! I was very idealistic. Still new on the scene. Still certain that journalism was all about spilling the truth at its core. And that there were good journalists and bad journalists. Turns out, there's journalists that are put under immense pressure to shell out a juicy enough story to catch the reader's attention. And journalists who stick their principles and barely make the dime. My point is that I get it now.
Gee, I don't know what to say.
Now all I care about is telling your story and doing it right. That's why I switched career paths and became a reporter for the Daily Planet. So, what do you say?
Alright, Tenpenny. Quit the sappy shit. It's giving me diabetes.
Alright. So for starters, how'd you get this new look of yours? Not that it looks bad or anything, but not a lot of girls have glowing neon blue hair. I actually always wanted that when I was little.
I didn't want this to happen, but hot damn! Does this power feel great? It also makes me look fine as hell.
I couldn't dream of pulling that off.
You rock the gothic vibes you have going on. Don't worry about trying to be like me.
Oh, you. But for real, what caused this badass transformation? Me and the people are dying to know.
Well, we can't let the readers go wanting, can we? It's actually kind of an odd story. So, I was asked to be a guest at this anti-Superman rally. And who was I to refuse, considering how much shit I've said about the spandex-wearing motherfucker? Well, there was a surprise storm, and rather than have the fun ruined by some rain, we kept going. In hindsight, I realized it was a stupid thing to do, but I was young and dumb, and all that jazz.
Wait, I think I remember hearing this on the news. Superman came in order to shut down the event, despite the people hating his guts. Also, how come you were in the pouring rain when there was a thunderstorm and a lightning storm? I'm just glad you survived, but yeesh.
Yeah, the big schmuck came and did his usual kumbaya shit, and the crowd wasn't having it. After a few fruits were thrown, bam! Lightning hit me.
So you became a villain because Superman didn't save you?
Nah, me being struck by lightning was my own stupidity. I had a taste of power that these superheroes got, and I realized that there was nothing a regular person could do to stop me. If I wanted to rob a bank or steal a diamond from the museum. So, if I could let the power go in my head and use it for my own selfish desires, any of these goody two-shoes would too.
You know, you sound a lot like a certain bat from Gotham.
Batman? Just beats the crap out of crazy people, instead of just taking care of the problem for good. And don't even get me started on his track record with the Robins. Point is, I started Livewire all of those years ago to show that underneath glamour and the heroics, they're just fucking people. People who could succumb to the same urges I did. I bet you if Soups decided to suddenly tear Metropolis apart just because he could, you wouldn't think it was so heroic anymore, now would ya?
Well, you've certainly given me a few things to think about. I'm not sure if I agree with you completely, but I see that you have a point. I hadn't really thought about it like that before.
Well, at least someone's willing to listen. You can only be called an idiot so many times before it starts to hurt.
Boy, I don't get it. I love working with Lois Lane, don't get me wrong, but the woman can be stubborn as a mule.
Sounds like a real piece of work.
I don't know. Maybe I'm only able to see her bad side because she's got a thing going on with my work crush.
Farm boy, glasses, and looks like he'd faint just talking to a girl.
How did you...
We at least get to watch TV sometimes. I see the guy at press conferences they broadcast. Clark Kent, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the down-to-earth attitude he has. He's also just so kind and...
Okay, we get it. He hung the moon and the stars. Well, if you ask me, I say fuck that Lane bitch and get your man. And you better come back with piping hot tea to spill when you next visit, aight?
I'll try, don't worry about it. Anyways, this is Zelda Tenpenny from the Daily Planet.